out, Fortnite fans? It's me, King Slayer, back with another video, and today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a tips and tricks video, where I'm going to tell you a few different tips and tricks of Fortnite Battle Royale. And this is going to be a top 10 video, if I can, the top 10, 10 in there. But starting off with number 10, a trick is not really a trick, okay. Anyway, the next trick that we are going to be teaching is always try to get the high ground. Now, this is obvious, but to new players, the reason why you want to get the high ground is so you have a better chance of hitting headshots, which have a multiplier of 1.25. So, for example, with the Scar, if it does about 32 damage, which it does, then hitting a headshot would do around 60 damage, which with the Scar can make that very easy to take out your opponents. Now, this is pretty much obvious, but yeah, that's what number 10 is. Now, number 9 is try to play more aggressive. Now, when playing more, aggressive, this is good because while you're playing aggressive, the main thing is you get a lot of mats and good guns. When you're playing a conservative playstyle, you have to farm up your own mats, and you have to do a lot of, different things. But when you're playing, just straight up aggressive, you attack a lot. Now, when you attack these people, you gain all of their resources if you kill them, giving you their loot, their mats, and their ammo, which they have collected from killing other people, giving you a little bit of a tactical advantage over your enemy. Now, this is a very, very common trick. Well, not really a trick, but this is very, very common. Now, for number 8, something that you really want to do is you want to rock a kind of dark, either like a skin that blends in with the environment, or a skin that kind of scares the enemy. Now, what I mean by scare is I mean something that when your enemy sees you, they're like, oh crap, this guy is good, better avoid him. That's what I mean by that. So having that is a very good idea, and it'll make your players a little bit more scared of you, giving you a little bit of a competitive advantage. Now, this is, obvious and all that, and another obvious one is always build. Whenever you get the chance to, or whenever you have enough mats, build. This is obvious, but I feel like it's a trick that needs to be stated. Now, building is obviously one of the core mechanics in Fortnite Battle Royale. Being able to build is one of the best things you can do. I have no mats in this situation, and this guy has a pump and a P90, so I died. I just died. But yes, building is always the best option. Now, obviously it was built into the game with building. And another tip, which is, I think this is going to be number 6, which is always, don't spend too much time farming mats. Now, what I mean by don't spend too much time farming mats is you'll be stuck farming and not enough time looting or going up against other players, which will leave it to the point where either you spend too much time, somebody finds you, goes and hits you, for a surprise, or you spend too much time farming, you don't have good loot, and you go up against somebody who does. Another trick that is very good is to also use longer pickaxes. Now, people have said that if you use a longer pickaxe, it allows you to break trees from a long distance. This is a good trick just because if there's a lot of trees in the area, and there's one pretty far in, and then there's one really close, and you don't want to have to go run a little bit, get the tree, and then run back to get the next tree. A longer pickaxe will allow you to obviously get there. And keeping with the farming thing, for number 4, this tip is going to be obviously taking down a tree. Make sure it stays 50. If you take down 50 health or 100, just don't take it out fully. Taking it out fully alerts everybody of your position, being able to come on you, and come to you. And for the top 3 tricks, the third trick that is a good trick is basically when you're inside of a house and somebody is near you. You don't know if they have mats or not. The best thing to do is to take out all of the furniture inside of the house. When you take down all of this furniture, it allows you to have a little bit of mats to fight up against the enemy. And this is just a really good trick that can be used, obviously to your advantage. So just basically look around and you see all this, you just break it off. So you have something to build up against your enemy to block their shots. Now, by the way, I'm thinking of these as I'm going, kind of, I guess. But, kind of. Yeah. But, yeah. And as you can see, I'm rocking the Calamity skin as well. Anyway, we have 2 more tips and tricks that we have. The second tip/trick, I don't know if it can really be considered a tip. Never bush camp. The reason why you should not bush camp is just because of the fact that you're easy to snipe. Somebody can spot you that you don't know about. And they spot you, they pull out a sniper, and they headshot you while you're not looking at them. It's an easy takedown, and just an easy way for you to get killed. And our number one tip, don't pick up all legendary weapons just because they're legendary. Some legendary weapons aren't better than some purple weapons. For example, if you see a legendary if you see a legendary minigun and a purple scar, what do you pick up? Well, a lot of people, just because it's legendary, will pick up, that gold minigun over the purple scar, just because it's legendary and it's rare. But actually, that's not a good idea. But anyway, guys, that'll be this tips and tricks video. If you want to go check out my editor, go ahead and check his link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.